Hi, my name is Dr. Jason with Carolina Value Pet Care, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about what can you do at home to manage your pet's itch. So maybe you've been diagnosed in the past with some either environmental allergies, food allergies, or just whatever is going on at the time, and your dog or cat is just seeming really itchy recently. Well, what can I do to try to make them feel a little bit better? Um, Different things we can think about. I like to think about kind of these big four things to keep on mind. One, kind of cool water wipe downs. What that means is I like to have a little washcloth, even keeping it right over by the door wherever they're coming in from going outside to use the bathroom. Have some cool water on that washcloth. I use just a little baby washcloth for my own pet, just because it's really easy and gentle on the skin. Get a little wet when he comes in, wiping down the paws, the legs, and even some areas on the face. So think about dogs with allergies. Especially one big thing that happens with them is your skin barrier just isn't working as well as it's supposed to anymore. So it's a little more open or porous. So when they're outside, all the grasses and the pollens and the danders actually get on their skin and can absorb into their skin if it sits there for a while. So what can I do to prevent all those pollens and danders and things they're allergic to from getting into the skin? I can wipe them off before they're an issue. So as they come in the house, wipe down their paws, especially underneath on those little paw pads, their legs, and like I said, maybe around their face if they're nuzzling around in the grasses. So I can do that. I can maybe start an omega-3 fatty acid. Omega-3 fatty acids are primarily found in fish oils. There'll be two main ingredients when you're looking at these products that you're trying to find over the counter. They'll have EPA and DHA. They're a form of these omega-3 fatty acids. And we're looking to do that. I typically do about 30 to 35 milligrams per pound body weight. So depending on the size of your pet, you're going to need a different amount of omega-3 fatty acids to help out their skin. I try to avoid flaxseed. Flaxseed does have some omega-3 fatty acids in it, but they just don't digest well in dogs. So it can cause a little upset stomach and some diarrhea issues too. So cool water wipe downs, omega-3 fatty acids, number two. Number three, making sure we have really good flea control on these guys. We know that some dogs are actually allergic to a protein in the saliva of fleas. So even if you're not having a big flea issue, but just one little guy jumps on your pet, he can bite. And if your dog is allergic to that protein in their saliva, that's really going to get his allergies going crazy. So maybe he has a small amount of allergy all the time, but enough that it's not so bad, it's not too itchy. And all I need is that one little thing to kind of hit them over that little precipice, and now we're being really itchy again. So making sure they're on a good flea control. I like using the things in the Bravecto or Simparica family. The active ingredient in there works really, really good for our flea control. A lot of our over-the-counter products, unfortunately, our fleas have become resistant to them over time. But the ones in Bravecto and Simparica, is kind of a newer class of drugs that seems to work really well. So if we're doing one, cool water wipe downs, two, omega-3 fatty acids, three, good flea control, four is even just doing cool water baths. So even at least once a week or so when they're super itchy, get them on a good like aloe or oatmeal shampoo, a non-soap, non-irritating type of shampoo that we can use. Again, that's really just going to help wipe away or get rid of any of those danders and pollens that are sitting on the skin and hopefully get them off the surface of the skin before they're getting absorbed down deep and causing that main itch reaction. If all those things aren't working, your dog just seems maybe a little anxious and worked up with all the itchiness going on, we can try another supplement called L-theanine. Theanine. It's actually derived from green tea. So knowing how people take green tea to kind of relax before going to bed, it has this calming effect too. So if they're just kind of overworked up from their itchiness, sometimes getting them on a daily amount of this L-theanine type of supplement can help as well. And for that, I normally do about a 50 milligrams per 10 pounds or so. So if your dog was 10 pounds, I do 50 milligrams. If your dog was 20 pounds, I would do about 100 milligrams. And again, that's just an over-the-counter product that you can find that's really safe on our animals. So those are big things I'll do for my pet itself. Things like I can control more in the household itself. is trying to reduce the amount of danders and pollens in the house. So areas where they're laying down more frequently, is their area in the couch or their bed, try to wash those. They can go in the washing machine on the hot water cycle, kind of get rid of those danders and pollens. Keeping the windows closed so I'm not getting more of those pollens coming into the house. If you can change out your HVAC filters using ones that do have a good HEPA rating, meaning they'll actually get the smaller, tiny little pollens and danders out before it even gets blown into your house. Vacuuming, and on your vacuum, even have a little HEPA filter on your vacuum and see if that's enough to get some of those things out of the environment for your pets. Nutrition wise, if they are on a good, I like the fish-based diets, good, well-balanced fish-based diet. We do have more omega-3 fatty acids in them, so doing like a salmon sweet potato type of mix can also maybe help those omega-3 fatty acids and help that skin barrier on these guys. So those are different things you can do. If those are not working and your pet still feels uncomfortable and is not able to manage the itch, then I definitely recommend you take a look on our website, CarolinaValuePetCare.com, see when the next clinic is coming up at the location near you, and come on in for a skin consult. We can talk to these things a little bit more. Maybe they have an infection that I actually need some antibiotics, or I need something stronger to kind of combat that itch cycle, and we can help you out with that. All right. Thank you, everybody.